parked suspended between Willesden Junction and Hampstead Road due to a wartime bomb.
When I made the London Overground film with Ian Sinclair, we actually did miss a bit out, actually. And is this bit here. We did go up to Hampstead Heath, but I missed out Finchley Road, Brondesbury Park, Kensal Rise. So this little chunk here, I did miss it out. And in celebration of the trains running again on the Gospel Oak line, I'm gonna get the train today from Leighton Midland Road. So this line's been closed for, I don't know, about 8 months maybe. Only started running on Sunday. It's great to see the trains coming back to Leighton Midland Road. Didn't really have a plan for the walk today, so this is slightly an accident. It came to me as I was stood at Leighton Midland Road Station. Makes perfect sense to do it though, to fill in that missing gap of the Overground. There's a screening of London Overground at the Transport Museum on the 16th of March. And also the trains aren't running today because of that wartime bomb on this part of the line. The White Horse at Hampstead, fairly legendary rock venue. I still kick myself for not accepting a friend's invite to come and see a little known act playing at that pub back in, I don't know, 1992, 93. It turned out to be PJ Harvey. I stayed and watched England on the telly, which was a mistake really. I think the England game ended 0-0. And that gig became quite a famous gig in the history of PJ Harvey. So this is where the night walk I did with Ian Sinclair and Andrew Cotting ended. And then the filming picked up at Willesden Junction with Chris Pettit. And I don't know, we just never got around to coming back and filling in that gap. I think we ran out of time before the East End Film Festival premiere last July. The gigantic Royal Free Hospital, Hampstead, features in a number of Will Self books. There's one certainly where Zach Busner, the legendary psychiatrist, he starts out, I think, at the Royal Free Hospital. So without Ian to follow, we have to use the A to Z. Where are we? We're here. So where have we got to go? Got to go down Lyndhurst Road. Yeah, it's fairly straightforward, isn't it? And over the page. Can't come up here without thinking of my favourite Hampstead character, Rainbow George. Rainbow George was famous for being, well, many things really, but he was the neighbour of Peter Cook for many years, a famous comedian, and made loads of tape recordings. I speak to George quite a lot. He's still going strong, George. He was ringing in the BBC the other night on the phone-in show in the middle of the night, telling him about the relaunch of the What Party. I interviewed him for my other channel, Drift Report. He's a wonderful character, George, a great London eccentric, a great London character, a mystic, a visionary. Look at that place on Fitzjohn's Avenue. Fitzjohn's Avenue, that's difficult to say, isn't it? It's like a castle, isn't it? It's like taking a stroll into Bavaria up here. So the Overground Railway runs through a tunnel that was cut right through this hill here, and it re-emerges in Finchley. So you can see actually that the railway runs right underneath Netherhall Gardens where we are now, through the tunnel. and comes out at Finchley Road in Frognal. Wow, the great composer Sir Edward Elgar lived in a house on this site. Here he composed The Music Maker's Falstaff and The Spirit of England. Finchley Road and Frognal Station closed because of the wartime bomb. I wonder if I actually see it or pass where it's the site of the bomb. I mean, how can I not go down Billy Fury Way? This is heading now into West Hampstead. West Hampstead obviously also closed because of that wartime bomb, which we assume is a Second World War bomb, surely, and not one of the bombs to have been dropped by Zeppelins on London during the First World War. You never know. I mean, the budget on my videos must be going up, mustn't it? I'm going to get M&S falafel wrap. I think it's because I'm in West Hampstead, North London. If I was back over east, I'd have my standard Percy Ingle pasty, but you know, I've gone native in North London. This is Kilburn High Road. You can see the ambience has changed somewhat from West Hampstead and Hampstead Heath. This is Brondesbury Station up here. And somewhere around here a bomb. These North London arterial roads really are hell, aren't they? Traffic choked, clogged up, spewing out poisonous fumes and pollution. So we've crossed now from the London Borough of Camden into the London Borough of Brent. Fine that it's named after a river, isn't it? That's good. How many other London boroughs are named after rivers? Can you think of any? So this is the police tape here on the corner of Torbay Road. And I have to go around it. They've closed all the schools. They've evacuated all the people from the houses. It's a £500 World War II bomb on a building site, which is amazing, isn't it? That's Winchester Avenue, this street. Some people here that live in the road and can't get home. So the crane marks the point where the bomb is. It's under there. The policeman's just telling people that there's a council set up like a refuge for people to go to who live in this area and can't get home. So you can see the closure of Willesden Lane here, causing some consternation to people trying to get home. You can see a number of them up there wondering what they're going to do. There was an old fella there who didn't really have anywhere to go. So the council have set up a kind of a refuge for people. I'm going to have to go on quite a long loop round now to get to Kensal Rise. Willesden Lane Cemetery, apparently used as a location in Doctor Who. one unit which shows what it used to look like before it was gentrified. Queen's Park, and like Epping Forest, is owned by the City of London, although it's you know, a good few miles away from the actual square mile. Someone sparring in the bandstand. So I'm not going to be able to get to Brondesbury Park Station because that's in that exclusion zone just up there, so I'm going to skip around, pass through Queen's Park, which is very pleasant, have a little rest on the bench here, to Kensal Rise Station will be my next station on this walk, and then Willesden Junction, and then who knows where. So the trains are still not running. It's about 2 o'clock now. The ghost of a mural in Palermo Road, NW10. Willesden Junction. This is where really the walk was always intended to end. This is where I filmed with Ian Sinclair and Chris Pettit almost a year ago, pretty much a year ago. Welcome to Harlesden. Just doing a couple more miles. Here I am on Harlesden High Street. Just going to follow my nose north now. I'm off the constrained walk, just following my quite tired feet. You see an old cinema, the old Picture Palace. That's a good blue plaque. UK's first roots reggae band, the Cimarrons, was formed here in 1969. So I've got a little bit of a second wind now. I'm heading west, which feels right, so my feet are telling me to go. Could do with a cup of tea, but I don't want to stop. What's a dilemma, isn't it? Always a really strange thing when you're following a particular route or path, that once you complete that or you free yourself from it, suddenly I find I've got loads more energy and I'm really excited. I suppose it's that thing of the unknown, of kind of authoring your experience as you go, step by step, pace by pace. Welcome to Park Royal. This is one of the kind of great industrial hubs of London. This is an enormous power station. pushing energy all around west and northwest London. This isn't too weird in the enormous Asda at Park Royal. Cluster of giant gnomes. I don't know if these are supposed to be any less weird, but they're pretty freaky, aren't they? More fuel picked up in this giant Asda at Park Royal with the freaky gnomes inside. Just looked up on Wikipedia that not only is Park Royal Industrial Estate that I've just walked through the largest industrial estate in London, but it produces a third of the food that's consumed in London. A third of the food, that's a lot of biscuits. I'm joking. There was quite a lot of food smells as you pass through Park Royal. That's an astonishing fact, isn't it? I'm kind of leaving Park Royal now. Well, the industrial park anyway. Gonna walk, keep going west, keep going west. It's Park Royal Station. That's a real classic, isn't it? It's a really beautiful old building, isn't it? Lovely bit of Art Deco. I wish I could remember what it was. It looks like it might have been a cinema, doesn't it? I have a vague memory of driving past when I was a kid. I have a real fondness for the A40. It was nurtured within its acoustic footprint. It's about 23 miles from where we stood now. Although it's tempting to follow the road all the way along there. I think I'd get there about 2 in the morning. It's about 4:30 now. I haven't got it in me today. I do love this road. Although look, it's hell, isn't it? So this is my third borough of the day. The London Borough of Ealing. Camden, Brent and now Ealing. Hanger Lane Gyratory. I think designed by the great tube architect Charles Holden. I could be wrong. Great view looking west towards Perivale and North Old Horsenden Hill over to the slightly to the north on the right of the frame. What a beautiful vista from up here on Hanger Lane. This is a pleasant surprise. One of the old field paths that used to run through Ealing. There's little remnants of them here and there. What a treat. Here we have the River Brent meandering around the edge of Pitshanger Park. The iconic Hoover building. One of the finest buildings in all of London. What are they doing to it? Last time I was here it was a Tesco's. I mean, I think we know, don't we? It's going to be flats. This feels like the right place to end the walk. Another iconic tube station, Perivale. What a classic walk it's been. Remember that bomb earlier on, that World War II bomb? Feels like a long time ago now, doesn't it? And I didn't really intend to end up over here at all. So what a great surprise for me. It's been a great walk. Thanks for coming with me. I'll see you on the next one.